What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a big mistake that we made on a job yesterday. I don't want this to happen to you guys because it did not reflect very well on us, as well as the customer was not very happy at all. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what happened, what went wrong, and how you guys can avoid it for future reference. Before we get into that, though, I do want to let you guys know we're doing a last call on the $50 off deal for the How to Wash course. So if you guys are interested in saving $50, check out the first link in the comment section and the description and use code SPRING50 at checkout. If you want to learn more about how to clean every surface on a residential job site, the chemicals you need and how to mix them properly, property protection, on-site job walkthroughs, and much more. If you're interested in that, first link in the comment section and the description. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about our big mistake on this one. It was underquoting. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, we do remote quoting, which means that we get a customer in, they'll inquire about a quote, we'll get their address, we'll measure it out. Based on a square footage price, we will then send them an estimate. This way of quoting does really well for us with regards to not wasting any time. We don't have a quoting day. We don't have to meet individually with customers. However, it doesn't do very good whenever we don't do it correctly. So in this circumstance, we were in a rush whenever we quoted it, and for some reason, we quoted this house wash at $500. When we got there, we realized very quickly that we had probably underquoted it. We remeasured, and based off of the square footage, the cost of the wash should have at least been $800. So we had three options essentially at that point. We could either leave the job and let the homeowner know that we couldn't do it. We could either tell the homeowner that it was going to be more expensive, or we could just bite the bullet on it, do the job for cheaper, and get it done. So we chose just to bite the bullet on it. You know, it was our fault that we underquoted. Let's just go ahead and do it for the amount that we quoted it for. So we started working in the front and on the side. We hadn't seen the back side of the house yet because I met with the homeowner whenever I got there. She had mentioned that they had some dogs, and to let her know whenever we were ready to move to the back, and they would pick the dogs up. So once we had gotten done with the left side of the house and the front of this house, the lady had come out and she was leaving, and I said, hey, is it okay if we get in the back? And she said, absolutely, the dogs are picked up. So she unlocked the gate for us. Well, whenever we went around back, we had the surprise of a lifetime because the back had this huge deck. The deck was stained. There was stuff all over the deck. It had garden stuff. It had plants all over the place. It had yard furniture on it. It had this cypress bar area. So in order to mask everything off and move all this furniture and do the whole thing, the cost of this job just went from like $800 to probably anywhere from like $1,500 to $1,700. So we decided at that point we couldn't move any further with this. A couple of other issues that we had is the house had not been cleaned in probably about 20 years, right? So it was pretty bad. This is just one of the things that comes with remote quoting. You can't really see how bad of condition the house is in, but typically people don't let their house go 20 years before they give us a call to come and clean them, right? So you got to take the good with the bad. That's why we always put a little extra cushion in there for anything bad that might pop up. The other thing, like I had mentioned, was all the prep work that it would have taken to prep this back patio area in order for us to clean it properly. And then the last thing is all the stuff on the back patio. So I had texted the guy previously whenever I quoted him, and I explained that he needed to have everything off the front and back patio whenever we got on site to do the job. Everything needed to be moved, or there would be a fee that we would have to charge. I advise all of you guys to do that anytime, you know, before you go out and do the job. Make sure you let the customer know that they need to have all their stuff moved, just because the amount of time that it takes to move everything and the amount of time it takes to put everything back, and you don't want to damage any of their property, because you could just be held liable for a lot more stuff whenever you're moving everything. And like I've said in the past, we're not a moving company, we are a cleaning company. So they had nothing moved on the front or the back patio, so that was another thing that was kind of holding us up a little bit as well. So once we had taken a look at this back decking and realized the price of the house was substantially more, I went ahead and texted the guy that I did the quote for. I explained that it was our fault, that we cleaned the front and the left side of the house for free, but in order for us to finish, the price would be increased exponentially. And I actually sent him over the price that we would actually charge if we were to finish cleaning this house. So he wasn't very happy about this, which is understandable because we had agreed upon a price, and we went out there and we couldn't conduct the service. Now, we did do free work for him, and I was not going to charge him. So that was my kind of setting things straight with him a little bit. He then proceeded to text me that he had gotten 3 other quotes and chosen our company. I can only surmise from that we were the cheapest company that he got because we misquoted the job and we didn't didn't go out and check it out in person. He also then mentioned that he didn't need the back wash. I informed him that there would still be a price increase and he didn't want to pay it, so we left, and that's pretty much it. Now, hindsight, we could have completed the other side of the house for the $500, but when I tell you guys, this house was really, really bad. It was really, really bad, and we just didn't want to do the job for less than what we felt like it should have been done for. We could have done it. We did leave some money on the table. We did do some work for free on this house, and I'm not going to use the footage from this house because the customer was already not happy with me, so I don't want them to see the video and be even more not happy with me. So anyway, we learned some valuable lessons on this one. You're going to make mistakes whenever you're quoting, and that's okay. You want to own up to your mistakes, and you want to apologize for them, as I did with this guy. I gave him a free cleaning on the left side in the front of his house because we made a mistake in the quoting process. You got to pick your battles as well, right? Do you want to go after him for $300 if you misquoted about $300, or do you bite the bullet and just get it done? So whenever you make a mistake, own up to it. We have to take the good with the bad when it comes to quoting in this way. The good is that I don't have to drive out to everybody's house and meet with them and shake their hand and walk around the yard and send them a quote for them just to text me over like, okay, thanks, now I'll talk to my husband about it, and I never hear back from them. So this is just the best way to go about it for us. We can't see everything, but the amount of time that it saves is absolutely tremendous, and it's worth every penny. So we made some mistakes on this one. We underquoted it. We tried to do the job. We really should have walked the property first to see what all the job entailed as soon as we got there, and let the customer know that it was going to be extra, so that way we didn't waste our time. But like I said, with the dog situation, we couldn't access the backyard, and by the time we did get to access the backyard, it was just way more than what we had previously anticipated, and like I said, it was going to be way more expensive. So the guy wasn't happy. It is what it is. We move on, and yeah, so the word of the day on this one's going to be patience. You got to have patience with yourself whenever you're quoting jobs like this. You are going to lose some, you are going to overquote some, you are going to underquote some, and then have to do the work anyway. It just comes with owning your own business and doing business for yourself. So anyway, hope you guys got something out of this. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.